JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, Canadian resident killed, brother injured in Westmoreland gun attack. Two brothers were shot, one fatally, along the Ricketts River Main Road in Frome, Westmoreland, on Sunday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as 64-year-old Cleveland Hamilton, otherwise called Bayo, of Ontario, Canada, who had been visiting the community. Reports are that about 3:55 p.m., both brothers were standing along the roadway when a white motorcycle with two men aboard, traveling from the Georges Plain direction, drove up and stopped. The pillion disembarked the motorcycle, brandished a gun, and opened gunfire, hitting both men. Hamilton ran across the road in a bid to escape and was chased by the gunman, who continued firing at him. The now deceased then fell to the ground. The men then proceeded to rob Hamilton of an undetermined sum of money and a gold chain before fleeing on their motorcycle towards the Georges Plain direction. The other brother was transported to the hospital by relatives, where he was admitted in a serious condition, whilst Hamilton was pronounced dead on arrival. Investigations are ongoing. St. Anne man killed in gun attack, woman wounded. A man is dead and his girlfriend wounded following a gun attack in Exchange, Ocheries, St. Anne early Monday morning. The deceased is 45-year-old Terrence Williams of Prosper Hall Exchange and a supervisor at the Total service station in the area. Williams' 36-year-old girlfriend has been admitted to hospital. It's reported that about 12:10, Williams was driving with his girlfriend and stepdaughter on the Prosper Hall Road when a man in a black hoodie and face mask opened fire at their car. Williams and his girlfriend were hit while his stepdaughter escaped serious injuries. The gunman escaped on foot. The police found Williams slumped around the steering wheel of the car, which had crashed into a wall. He was later pronounced dead and his girlfriend taken to hospital for treatment. Men killed in Raytown identified. Two fishermen were among three men who were on Sunday shot dead during an alleged confrontation with the police in Raytown, East Kingston. The men have since been identified as 19-year-old Carlo Faulkner, otherwise called CJ, and 19-year-old Andre Turner, otherwise called Max, both fishermen of Paradise Street and the St. John's Road, respectively, and 20-year-old Shade Morgan, otherwise called Tindo, of St. John's Road, all in Kingston 16. The alleged shootout occurred shortly after 4 a.m. The police report that they received reports of a group of young men carrying out a series of robberies in the area around Raytown on Saturday night into Sunday morning. The men reportedly stole cell phones, cash, and other items in at least 4 incidents. Using the tracking device on one of the stolen phones, a police team was dispatched to premises on Paradise Street in the area. The men reportedly shot dead during what the police said was a shootout with law enforcement, leading residents to stage a fiery protest. The residents alleged that the men were killed while they slept and denied that a shootout took place. The police said one Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 12 rounds and one Arcus 98D pistol with a magazine containing 5 9mm rounds of ammunition were seized during the incident. The Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Independent Commission of Investigations are probing the shooting. Late Sunday afternoon, Assistant Commissioner of Indicom Hamish Campbell said that his team has launched its mandatory probe into the incident. At the moment, we have the information from the police, of course, and the investigation is still very much in its early hours, said Campbell. The three young men, they were all 19 years old, and they were all identified as fishermen from the Raytown community. So as I say, it's very early hours, and we're still trying to assess the situation and get the full facts. But Indicom attended the scene, have taken photographs of the scene, recovered the weapons from the police officers, and the weapons allegedly found on the gunmen, and inquiries are continuing. 4 police officers attended the scene. 3 of those police officers fired their weapons. The 4th officer did not fire, added Campbell. Policeman freed of corruption charge. A policeman was accused of soliciting money to release a car that was being held at the Spanish Town Police Station in St. Catherine was today freed in the parish court of corruption. Constable Kiffin Murray was freed by parish court judge Janelle Nelson Gale after the Crown offered no evidence. It was alleged that in 2008, Murray solicited $5,000 from a motorist for the release of a car that was seized. A report was made and an investigation was launched, which resulted in a sting operation. He was held for reportedly collecting $2,500 from the motorist. Murray was attached to the St. Catherine North Police Division, made numerous court appearances, which resulted in the matter being adjourned since November 2009. After years of delay, the case was called up in court this morning, with the prosecution offering no evidence. A formal verdict of not guilty was entered. Government to pay $2 million in damages to man negligently shot by the police. The Supreme Court has ruled that the government must pay $2 million with interest to St. Andrew resident Jonah Minot, who was shot by the police when they opened fire while chasing an unarmed man on December 6, 2005. Minot was shot in the hand and foot while he was standing in front of his home servicing his motor vehicle. He informed the police on the scene that he was shot and they took him to hospital. In 2008, Minot, who was represented by Attorney-at-Law Errol Gentles, filed a suit against the Attorney General, contending that he suffered loss and damage as a result of the injuries inflicted on him by the negligence of the police. He stated in court documents that the police discharged their guns in an area where people were standing, walking, or moving about. He also stated that the police discharged their firearms at a person who was running away and did not pose an immediate threat to them or to anyone. The Attorney General denied the negligence claim and stated that the police were on patrol in marked service vehicles in Augustown, St. Andrew, when a group of about 6 men fired in the direction of the police who discharged their firearms. One of the men in the group was shot and injured and a gun recovered. The defendant contended that after the shooting had subsided, Minot reported to the police that he was shot. Justice St. Pusey said last month that the undisputed facts were that the police discharged their weapons at a man who was running away from them and that Minot was shot by at least one police officer while standing in front of his gate. Justice Pusey, after hearing evidence in the matter, said he accepted that the man did not have a gun when he was being shot at and chased by the police near to the claimant's gate. The judge, in ruling in favor of Minot, said unforeseen circumstances created various challenges which prevented the timely delivery of this judgment. He said further that the court regrets this inordinate delay and sincerely apologizes for their part in the delay. JP's cautioned against giving legal advice. Justices of the peace are being cautioned against giving legal advice as they can create more problems and run the risk of facing prosecution. The warning comes from Justice Minister Delroy Chalk, who says, while he understands that many persons seek the advice of JPs as they are trusted within their communities, the JPs must be wary of misleading persons out of a lack of knowledge. Chalk was speaking at a JP sensitization session for the parishes of Clarendon, Manchester and St. Elizabeth, highlighted issues involving land disputes. He stressed that the wrong advice provided creates challenges for the Administrator General. Factory worker target of Paragon attack, says relatives. Relatives of 42-year-old Dwight Harrison, one of 2 men shot and killed in Prairie, sent on Saturday night, say they believe he was a target of the attack. Harrison, a factory worker of Riverhead, Monique, and the 36-year-old Nicholas Hobson, a laborer of Raytown, both in St. Anne, were shot dead by gunmen, while 3 other people were left with gunshot wounds. Reports are that around 8:25 p.m., Harrison, Hobson, and the 3 other men were among a group of people cooking at a shop when a car drove up and gunmen alighted and opened fire at them. The police were alerted and all 5 men were taken to hospital, where Harrison and Hobson were pronounced dead and the others admitted for treatment. While condemning the incident, one of Harrison's relatives, Michael Miller, said he believes the factory worker was targeted by the gunmen. The community saw him get the first shot and run and drop, and the others run gone. The gunman then turn back and shoot him again. People that were hiding hear when one of the gunmen come over him and say, "You're not dead," and give him 2 more shots. Other persons get shot. So when the specifics say, if him not dead, that means that them want him dead, reasoned Miller. He added that he's saddened by the murder of Harrison, who was a loving and kind father of 3. Aldous Jovel and very kind, very kind. If him come and see one little picnic a ball, say money lost or something, he's the type of person to give back the person. Make sure that child happy, and now get no bean if he mash up anything. Once him can afford to buy it back and give him, he will. He's very nice, Miller added, as he called on the police to conduct a thorough investigation so that justice may be served. In the meantime, the police say they are following strong leads as they probe the double murder. Acting Senior Superintendent attached to the St. Anne Police Division, David White, said the incident is believed to be linked to a long-running dispute. According to sources, the feud started more than 2 years ago and had previously resulted in a double murder. Meanwhile, Obsto's mother said that she spoke to him shortly before he was killed Saturday night. She said Obsto was a nice person, was not involved in any wrongdoing, and had returned from work shortly before he was killed. Maybe he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe it was the film time, but he was killed because he was in a crowd, said the grieving mother. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.